In between morning everyone. Today we are not going to discuss Bitcoin because there's some FOMO in the markets and people are chasing green candles and we can see those on Chiliz, Enjin, Verasity. And regardless of how strong those fundamentals are, sometimes something is not an entry point and right now that's the case with these projects. So we're going to derive how you should act to them. We're going to give you some tips, but that's the overall subject. But before we're going to continue, do not forget to subscribe beneath and follow me on Twitter and Instagram as well, but also to like this video. So recently the entire NFT business is accelerating nicely, through which everybody's chasing those massive green candles on Chiliz, on Enjin and on Verasity. First I'm going to discuss Chiliz, in which we can see that it's just accelerating heavily, which means that you have to put it on log scale to see what's actually happening in this entire case. But what the key point here is that during every of these entire upwards runs, you can see that it comes down to test lower levels. So if you are new and you want to get into those markets, the first thing you will be seeing is lots of FOMO and momentum regarding projects that are accelerating really fast, which means that your eyes and everything will be focused on how fast those projects are running upwards, so they are triggered to jump into that train as well. Avoid that at all costs. Next, in 2017 we have seen those runs as well. How did that end up? 90% cut down. They all retraced fully, which means that once you want to get into those markets, you have to be aware of the FOMO and the hype that's surrounded by all those projects, which means that you have to chase projects that are not in the FOMO. So you have to check projects that are still patiently waiting for a breakout. Check out my earlier video regarding that topic. It's posted around 4 days ago. But if you see something like this and it's running up this fast, what is the upside potential at this stage for the coming period? Regardless of the project going 10x from here in the future, the key point here is that if you buy Chiliz, for instance, at 60 cents and it drops back down to 20, your emotions will come into play as you're losing a ton of money. And you want to avoid that. You want to avoid buying the top and you want to avoid buying the selling the bottom. And that's likely what's going to happen. I do also know people who are chasing Verasity right now and buying the dip on 1.7 cents while they were selling it at half a cent. That's the wrong mindset. You have to accumulate your position when something is not running yet, and you have to sell when there's FOMO. So what are we going to look at with Chiliz at the first stage? We're going through those three charts and just derive the levels that are important. And in this case, we can see that with Chiliz, we had this big run in 2019, came all the way down. We see that we were running upwards in 2020 as well, nothing special, but here we've got another parabolic chart, came down as well. So based on this entire chart, you can make levels that are interesting to watch on the daily time frame. So we do have this beautiful support resistance flip, not going to get there at all, that's unlikely. But we do have this level that is still untested. We also see that we've got an entire structure which is surrounded around 12 to 14 cents, and we've got this level at 27. In between there's not much. So if you want to get a swing trade opportunity, either you're going to wait for any of these two levels to hit, or you're going to wait for more confirmation in which there is compression and sideways action and where the price is going to stabilize. So for instance, something like this. Then you might be taking the entry as there's more information to act onto. Right now, if you take the entry here, you have to be aware that you can still drop down towards this level at 25 cents. What is the upside? It's just not profitable. Also not on an investment approach. You really have to be patient in taking a new entry on Chiliz, and that will take a long time. Looking at the 4 hour, we can start adding a few more levels. So we can see 38 cents can start scaling in slightly there. 51 and 50 cents is more in the zone that you might be looking at for day trading opportunities. So these are levels to swing trade on fully. So we've got swing trade opportunities. That's the lower two, and slowly scaling in to swing trade is the upper level at 37 cents. That should be the play. In this level, you're looking for day trades, in which the same concept lies that we have to get more confirmation, either we're going to jump in or not. So most likely we get something like this, and then we start to drop down again. And this lower high will probably make everyone super bullish before we start making further corrective moves, after which we get a new impulse wave. So that's how you should derive this entire region or entire level, as there's just the overall run up takes a few weeks, and then the correction takes the longest period, and that's the hardest time to actually hold on to your position, but the easiest to accumulate. So do not chase those green candles on the Chiliz. We can do the exact same on Verasity. Verasity has been doing great as well. Can still have much momentum given that it's just 60 to 70 million, whatever. But it can also just correct down more than 50%, as there's not many levels in between. We do know this entire region that we have constructed here between a third to a half a cent. And we've got this level that we have around 0.8. Then if we start using the 4-hour time frame, we can start leveling those more, which means that we've got this daily level that is swing trade opportunity, right? Swing trade opportunity. This entire region that we have. And there's also at the 1 cent level, there's another swing trade opportunity that we can use. So these two are swing trade opportunities. This region is swing trade opportunities that you want to look for. This as well. This region might be scalp trade or might be scale into swing trade opportunities, which is already down like 30 to 40% from the recent high. In between, there's not any level at all. So the upper level scale into swing trade slowly / day trade opportunities. That is the upper region that we can have here. So nothing in between is granting you any opportunity at all. If you go lower, it's just a day trade. If you keep it like this, this is how you should act on those levels. And most likely, Verasity is going to make a correction, maybe have another run to 4 cents, who knows. But that's not the point here. The point here is how to derive those entry points in the right way. So this is just giving you information on how to act onto those levels. And you can see that in any upwards run, you can have a sideways period. So we just had an upwards run. If this is going to be the top for Verasity, and still we can go 2-3x from here, who knows. But if this is going to be the top, we most likely get something like this in a sideways action before we have another run. So that's just going to take time, and then you want to start building those positions rather than that you're going to look for the chasing candles that we see right now. Finally, we've got another one, which is Enjin. Had a massive run as well, as you can see, and we can start using the information that we have to derive the levels that we have to look for again. Once again, we've got a nice level over here. We've got this entire region that we have at $1.30. We've got some nice levels here as well, as there's more data that we can have. So the lower levels are swing trade opportunities that you want to look for. This region is a swing trade opportunity, this as well. And this is scale into swing trade / day trade opportunities, which means that the upper level that we construct is a potential scale into a swing trade, which means like 10 to 15% only until you have more confirmation. This is more the regions where you want to start adding into swing trades, and this region is probably where you would be out already. If we get there, the market is quite bearish, to be honest, as in if we get a correction towards here, it's already 64% lower. But those levels are the levels that you want to watch for potential entry points based on the entire market construction. Then finally, we do have this level at the 1 hour time frame, which is 239. That's just day trading. So I would look for scale in slightly at this region, most looking at any of these regions to start those swing trades or to start accumulating. And then how to accumulate? probably like 10% at the region at 208, 20 over here, and then 50 around this level. If we have more confirmation, you can start adding in, or you can use the last to this part. But that's probably way. If it's going below this level, you probably skip it already. So either way, I hope this video has been informative for you in general to how to navigate into those markets. There's many coins that are still eager to make a run, and those are granted on my YouTube channel as well. Stay tuned, enjoy your day, take care of yourself and your family, and I'll see you another time.